and I'll love you like the microphone. Well, that's mine. What's yours? Let the challenge continue. Mapito, you have one?
You are the headline of my life, and when I see you, you render me speechless.
Oh my God. What's trending on social media?
All right, so people are talking about the coronavirus, and at Eve Letha says, predictably, Ghana is not prepared. And at Ideal Bright, Clifford says, we're living by the mercies of God. In a country where there is huge fanfare in the acquisition and distribution of ambulances to the health institutions, when there is the biggest abandoned hospitals. And this one's from Ed Fafali Ofo, who says, I'm not even surprised they haven't done this already, especially for our borders. And D Promise FC says, best solution is to cut all flights coming from China.
And our top story in this edition, Ningo Prampram MP to take legal action against the Akufo-Addo administration, challenging findings of white paper on a meal short commission report. We also heard from former President Mahama, who describes the incident as one out of a horror movie. I am MFA Pau. Thanks so much for your company. Dr. Mensa Otabil has living word.
Says I'm a Kosia filler, but it's not like I'm nosy or go out to find out the latest filler. It's just that I get 50 megabytes of data free after paying for only the first minute of every call, and so I just keep discovering stuff minute after minute. That's how come I was minding my business, scrolling through my timeline, and I found out Coco has a new baby. Oh, and last week I learned Ken won the lottery. You see, Ken is my brother's friend, so hello, look who's about to roll with the rich and famous.
Enjoy even more value with MTN Free After One. You only pay for the first minute of your call on MTN Free After One, and the rest is free. Plus, you enjoy free 50 megabytes worth of data to browse your favorite sites. Compare where, compare there. So dial *315# to sign up. We day for you everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, people. This is Kwabna, and the 14th of February is a love experience. Come, let's chill. Come, let's hang out. Come with your partner. Come with your loved ones. Come with family. Come with everybody. It's a love experience once again on the 14th.
To buy your tickets for the love experience with Becca and Kwabna via Momo, just dial *920*50#. Select the buy ticket option and select option 3 to purchase it.
I'm in Mount
If we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change.
Winning strategies, nuggets of wisdom, unforgettable stories, all in one inspirational hour. Springboard your virtual university with Albert and Comfort Okran and guests.
Planning is bringing the future into the present.
A job is for the salaries, mundane, survival-oriented, and there's no passion. But a career has fulfillment, innovation, drive. A growth path is clear, and you can build step by step all the way to the top.
Matriculate at 7 p.m. and graduate at 8 p.m. every Sunday on Joy 99.7 FM and live on Facebook. Springboard is brought to you by Legacy and Legacy and Joy 99.7 FM and proudly sponsored by MTN, Enterprise Group, UMB Bank, and Axis Pension Trust with support from the graphic business.
There's only one place to set your mood right when it's a Friday night. The Weekend Warmer with DJ Black. All the hot throwbacks, all the hottest tracks, all the live phone-ins, everything that's gonna make you laugh and put your mood right on a Friday. The Weekend Warmer on Joy 99.7 FM with DJ Black, 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Yeah.
Slamming and breaking down the hits with DJ Black on the Weekend Warmer.
Weekend Warmer. Yes, my people.
Yes,
Weekend Warm-up with DJ Black
on Joy FM.
Get ready for a Valentine's Day with a difference. The Love Experience. A night of love songs, good food, great company with you and that special someone. Ask no questions. Have no doubts. Just come and wine and dine with live band sessions from the music goddess Becca and the ever-smooth Kwabna. There'll be karaoke sessions, a special love hunt, and the Knowing Me, Knowing You segment. It promises to be lit with loads of giveaways and surprises. And the best part is, you get to have a cozy night stay at the plush Labadi Beach Hotel and wake up to the sunrise with breakfast on the beach. Just give us a call on 0540-106466 for reservations. The rate is a cool 2,000 Ghana cedis for couple for the full package including bed and breakfast, and 700 Ghana cedis for the concert night, which includes food and drink.
To buy your tickets for the Love Experience with Becca and Kwabna via Momo, just dial *920*50#. Select the buy ticket option and select option 3 to purchase it.
The Love Experience, the true meaning of love.
Bringing hope to many around the globe, transforming lives into legacies. Living Word with Pastor Mensa Otabil. And now, today's word.
Now, people are trying to move John. Pressure, atmosphere. Because John is a very essential person in Jewish history. For a certain period in Jewish history, nobody has come up as a prophet. And John comes up, and everybody recognizes John as a prophet. It's called the intertestament period, from the time of the Old Testament ending to now, approximately about 400 years. No real prophet has come up until John. So everybody says, wow, he must be the one. He must be the one. So they come to John. Are you Christ? Believe you me, if you don't know who you are, you say, yeah, I was waiting for you to come to that conclusion yourself. He says, I'm not, I am not, I am not. And then he said, I am. I am not, I am not, I am not, I am. So what is authenticity? Is to know who you are not. And I've made this point many times. Know who you are not. A common mistake people make as they grow into leadership is they settle into something too early, or they peak too early. Very early in life they decide, I am. But you have to decide very early whom you are not. Research shows that many child prodigies have difficulty sustaining their talent as they grow older. When you go on YouTube, you have all these child prodigies who are able to do mathematics and calculate numbers at 3 years and play this at 2 years and play that at 5 years. It has been tracked. People have tracked those exceptional performers very early in life. Everybody says, oh, he's a musician, he's a mathematician. They settle you at 3 years. They've settled you. 90% of them don't end up achieving anything significant in life. 90%. Child musicians. There will always be a once in a while a Mozart, but for every Mozart there are Zomas that nobody knows. You have to know whom you are not. Your father says, oh, you are a lawyer, you are a doctor, oh, you are an engineer, you are an architect. All of us, they told us something like that. You have to know whom you are not. John knew whom he was not. Secondly, you have to know who you are. That is your strength. John identified himself with his calling and mission. I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness. He was called to be a voice in the wilderness, a lone voice, not a popular voice, but a lone voice. In John chapter 3, verse 30, When John was told about the growth of Jesus' ministry, he replied, "He must increase, I must decrease." This is a person who really knows his mission in life. Know whom you are not, know whom you are. And I would venture to say, majority of what people say you are not. Because John answered 3 times, "I am not, I am not, I am not." Then they left the question to him, who are you? Then he says, "I am." In other words, he had to refuse false identities before he could embrace positive identity. Many of us have embraced false missions. And when you're on a false mission, you go and go and go and go and arrive nowhere. Your life becomes a frustration. Somebody told you, "You are beautiful. You are beautiful. One day you'll be a model." So since you were 3 years old, you've been walking like that, like a model, like a model, like a model. Now you are 45, you're still trying to walk like a model. Get it out of your head. It is atmospheric. Get real. You are not a model. Let it settle. You are just you. Know whom you are not, know whom you are. There are people who start very early, people call them scholar. Oh, he's a scholar. 3 years, how do you know? So you start coming up with big words and 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 big words. And now you are grown up. When you speak English, nobody understands because you are conjugating big words. Get it out of your brain. You're not a scholar. You're just a nice carpenter. Just accept it. Know whom you are not. Know whom you are. Know what you don't have. Know what you don't have. So Peter says, "Silver and gold I don't have." If you're going to be authentic, you have to know what you don't have. You will never have everything that everyone has. You'll never have everything that you like. Now, there are 2 ways to look at what you don't have. First is what you don't have, but you need to acquire. You don't have it, but you need it. Now, if you don't have it and you need it, then you have to get it. Now, how do you determine, I don't have it, but I need it? Is it a requirement for a role that you are in? Does it limit your effectiveness? Is it required and you don't have it? Then you have to work to develop it in your life. For example, like passing a required subject to gain access. You are not mathematical, but you must pass mathematics to get university access. Even if your brain cannot calculate numbers, you must have it. Now, you may not use it for the rest of your life, but at a certain point, you don't have it, but you must have it to gain a certain access into your destiny. So there are things you don't have that you must have because it's required. Or you get promoted to a position and there are skills you don't have, you must acquire them. When I founded the Accra Symphony Orchestra, I started taking music courses. I've studied music, for your information. Every role I've taken in life, if it challenges me and I don't have what is required, I take a course in it. I study it. Because I don't want to be an ignorant leader. I don't want to be an ignorant leader. I don't believe in titles with no substance. So you must start studying. And there are all kinds of things I've studied because of positions I've occupied in life. I don't have it, but I need it. So you have to know what you don't have. But do you need to acquire it? Then there is what you don't have and you don't need it. You can live without it. Now Peter says, "Silver and gold have I none." Did he need money? No. Why? Because for the assignment in front of him, money was not the answer. He had the name of Jesus. So there are things you don't have, but you don't need to really worry yourself about it because it doesn't matter. You don't need it. You're never going to need it for any assignment. So for those things, don't bother yourself. But the things you don't have, which you need, they are critical for where you are, you must seek to acquire it. Things you don't have, but you don't need them, leave them alone. Or maybe you can later on get somebody to help you with it, or you can employ somebody to supply that to you. I don't need to be the best accountant. I can hire an accountant. I don't need to be the best lawyer. I can get a lawyer to do my law cases for me. But if I needed, if I was all of a sudden appointed head of a law institution, I have to study law. So know what you don't need, but the things you don't need, there are things you don't need that you need, and there are things you don't need that you don't need. All right. Then know what you have. Know what you have. Peter says, such as I have, such as I have. If there is any statement you must learn to repeat constantly, such as I have, such as I have, such as I have. What do you have? Everybody has something. Everybody has something. So how do you become sure of what you have? How do you become sure of what you have? You ask yourself these important questions. Is it just for self-importance? Have you picked a gift or a calling just to make yourself feel important? Are you looking for a shortcut to fame? Do you just want to impress? Is it just for your self-importance? If John the Baptist was looking for self-importance, he would have said, I am the Christ. And sometimes you see a young pastor, somebody who has just begun ministry, 20s, hasn't done much, and then he goes to sew some very fanciful clothes, puts a fanciful hat on his head, calls himself bishop. You haven't done anything, you haven't achieved anything, you are going nowhere. Or somebody just gets up, starts a church next door, then he says, I'm a prophet. Then when people come to you, you don't know how to prophesy. So now you're going for intelligence. Getting people to report, this lady came with this, and this is her story. So you try to fake it. Are you looking for it? Are you saying, I want to be a doctor because you think it's important, or it will make you famous or great? I want to be so and so. Why are you looking for that? Is it just for your self-importance? If it's just for your self-importance, you are on the wrong track. So how do I know whether what I have is genuine or not? Did I take it because I just want to be famous and important or great quickly? Does it reveal itself in the wilderness? John says, I'm the voice crying in the wilderness. What do I mean by the wilderness? The wilderness is when you are alone. It's when there are no spectators. When you are working in secret. When you are not in the limelight. When you're not getting paid. Do you still love doing it? Does it reveal itself in the wilderness? Are you still passionate about it when you are alone? Are you still passionate about it when nobody is paying attention to you? Does it still burn in your heart? Or anytime you function that way, you want people to notice you? Now, if you just want notice, you will get notice. And when we were young, there were people who played football, and those days, football was more heartfelt than head. You don't use your head, it was heart. It's what you feel like doing. There was nothing like coaches guiding as they do now. Everything is very technical. And they said that if you wanted the girls to like you, because the girls don't understand football, you kick the ball very big in the air, and the girls would clap. Because they don't understand. Now, there are people who do that not only in football, but in other things. They do things, maybe they want to show off, and they rattle off names and rattle off phrases, and they are bombastic, and everybody says, yeah. But on the field, they are zero.